Well, hello guys. Long time no see. It's been about 6 months. Um, Sorry about no pipe. I broke mine, and mine's in route, but it came from Pennsylvania to Missouri where I'm at, but then it kept going to California. It's stuck in California. So no real smoking for me right now. I hate that I broke my pipe. Oh, it bothers me. Anyway, today I'm going to show how I do decals on models. There's been some interest from some people in my community that don't really do them or don't like them, and I've been doing modeling for a while. One more thing. I apologize for the background. Car noises. It's hot in here. I don't have my curtains up. And still like evening, so I'm gonna flip it around to see if that's better. The more light on my face, but better way to get back into videos is just jump into it, right, and have a little bit of fun. Anyway, I'm gonna change my camera, and hopefully I'll do okay. Anyway, we're so professional here, so professional. Anyway. All right. So, to do decals, you need first thing. You need a model. These are Stall Troopin' from Conflict 47. And my camera is not going to focus on that. I apologize. There's nothing I can do about it. Chinesium, you know how it is. Focus on my hand decently. It just won't focus on those guys. But anyway, that's what you get for cheap Chinesium thing. All right. Another thing is a hobby knife. Paper scissors. I mean, I know they're all paper, but these are actually paper craft scissors. They have a really nice tip. You can actually resharpen these. These ones have been with me forever. I've resharpened them several times. I thought it was even up here, the sharpener. But anyway, you can buy a sharpener for scissors. Makes it last a long time. Of course, you need your decals. I got a couple right here. Of course, you can barely see them. They're German iron crosses. And then and the magic sauce, micro set, and micro sole. All right. Then another thing is you need a little shallow glass of water and a jar of just cleaning water, paint water, whatever. Maybe a good. It's good to have. I like these jars, the ones that you use for canning, because you could just voila. And I've had it fall on the ground and everything else like that. I clean it every week or whatever. And if the rim and the cap busts, you could just buy another one. So they're not too expensive either. You can get them at Walmart or Amazon or your famous things. These are also the magic tool right here. Reverse tweezers. This will make your life so much better. These decals are very, very small. So I also have a headlamp. Here, I'm going to switch it over to the other. Get some eyeballs. Eyeballs are good, especially for us old folk. So I've kind of pre-cut one, get it ready, and it's so humid that it's easy to pick up with my finger right now. So if you notice on a decal, you notice the shiny part where the decal is. You take your tweezers, your reverse tweezers, and you put it right where it's not shiny at all. Okay, the shiny part is the decal itself. When you have it, you just, because it's reverse, just let it take a bath. If it's an older decal, like 20 years old, like some of the decals I have, then you need to let it soak a little better. A little longer, sorry, not a little better. A little better, a little better. Anyway, it's old. Let it sit and enjoy its bath, right? While it's taking a bath, you grab your miniature. Now, I'm going to put the iron cross on a flat point right here, right? So, now the set is great, right? It kind of, it says it improves adhesion right on the bottle, right? But I think what it does also is melt it just a hair bit. So, like Space Marine shoulder pads or whatever that are a pain, you put it on there and it will help. I've done several Space Marines with this. Grab a junk brush. You can, I mean, this is brand new and you already see it has a hook on it. Yeah, kinda. You can kind of see how it has a hook on it. Wow, this camera really bites. Anyway, you just get your brush wet with the micro set, and then you just paint where you want it, the decal, right? You can just set it aside real quick. Okay, now this is the fun part. Oh, see, hit the camera. Just trying to get closer. Okay. So, the hard part about any decal is trying to get it off the paper. So what I do is, now that it's should be sufficiently soaked, pull it out. It's going to have a lot of water on it. Cup's in the way. I just dab it on this just to get the excess water off. And then I use the back end of my hobby knife. And you can kind of see it. I just put the paper on the model, and then I just use the back end of the hobby knife to pull away the decal. And then I use the hobby knife actually to straighten it out, because it has a sharp edge, but not a bladed edge, if you know what I mean. So I can adjust the way it looks until I am comfortable with it, right? It's still, like, there was still too much water. If there's too much water on there with the microsole, it'll float, and it'll take a minute. Okay, so I have it mostly where I want. Let me move it just a little bit. Okay. Now, if you left it like that, it'll stay on. But here's one I put on, and you'll notice it's hard with these cameras because they're so bad. But anyway, you will notice that the decal itself will be shiny. Well, that's where this micro sole comes in, right? So I put these on just a few minutes ago. Actually, it was my first video and I screwed it up. And I always clean the brush a little bit. And this one is kind of cool. So you use this and let it dry for every coat you put on, right? So wherever, so it's on the same spot, right? You can kind of see it. It sucks, but so now I just put it over, and then I let it dry. I do that until it looks like a painted, that's been painted on, not, because decals can look really bad if you don't put the microsole on. You know, I have some models, older models, I didn't even know about microset or microsole, and it's still kind of a new technology, I guess, or a newer technique, I should say. But let me go to the side. So, using these tools, you can easily do any type of decals easily. Curved edges are, of course, a problem, like Space Marine shoulder pads. Um, what I've done with those is I've actually cut the decal itself to allow it to conform a little better. Excuse me, just had dinner. Yummy. And I kind of overlap it a little bit, and the microsole melts it to where it does it conforms to the shoulder pad or any weird spaces. Flat spaces are so easy. You just slap them on. I mean, really, and just move them around with your knife. But anyway, guys, I hope this helps. And as with everything, God bless. Be praying for you. Any questions, comment, and I'll do the best I can. I've been in this hobby for a while, so I hope this helps you younger guys as I get into my decrepit age. And guys, enjoy this hobby. It's it's God's gift. Don't waste gifts. Take it easy. I'll talk to you again.